We have made it through 2 summer league games for your Chicago Bulls. And on today's episode, I got to let you all know, Buzelis has the skill the Chicago Bulls must develop. I'm not going to get too excited. I'm not going to do too much, but he has the skill the Bulls need to develop. Plus, we got a voicemail from my guy, Corn. Y'all know we're going to talk about it, break it down, and have some fun, but you got to hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on today's daily episode. Y'all have been killing it with the support, subscribing, and doing all that stuff for your Chicago Bulls. We appreciate it. And if you're tuned in with me, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. We on this road to the 10K. We close to 6,400, 6,500. We on the way there. Let's go. Subscribe. But nonetheless, on to the Chicago Bulls conversation about Buzelis. Buzelis is an interesting character. Not even gonna lie to you. It was a guy, I'm like, how did this guy fall? And then I'm like, okay, cool. He got some talent, but I can't get too hyped up because I've seen this theme to where a lot of people hype players up, and it don't necessarily always work out in the favor of the Chicago Bulls because maybe, injuries come into play. Maybe some things happen off the court. Some things happen on the court. They can't get along with the coaching staff. There was no player development coaching staff that was good enough to develop these guys. So we had to come in and look at all this. But as of last night, I came in, I said, yep, this guy has a lot of skill. The Bulls got to tap into it, and they must develop this young guy right now for my people down south. But hey, in the first game of Summer League, Buzelis went out there. He gave a performance for the Chicago Bulls, had 15.7 rebounds, 2 assists. Now, after that game, Buzelis said, I played a little sloppy. I wasn't, I can be much better. First thing, I'm like, hey, those are words I want to hear. That's everything I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? He came out in game 2 last night, dropped 28 and 5. Now, I understand that it's just Summer League, so I want to go ahead and preface this. I'm going to try not to be so much of a homer. I'm going to chill. I'm going to relax and just understand that it's a process. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I'm just going to make that clear. We want to know if can he compete amongst Summer League players. Boom, check. Now we want to see if he can compete against NBA players in the preseason. Waiting to be checked. Then we want to see how he performs during the NBA. That's going to be another check. Then once he hits a wall, that's going to be another check. But as of right now, he checked one of the boxes and say, hey, at least we know he can compete with some of these guys that's playing for, NBA time as well. And he can hold his own. He has a lot of things that you can work with. Hence why I'm saying, Chicago Bulls, you must develop Buzelis so he can be everything you want him to be. When you talk about this young player, the sky is the limit for him. He has the height. He has the offensive ability. He can touch up on some things defensively, but he has a lot of things that you want, and he has some things that you can't coach, which is that dog, which is that talk, which is that moxie, that swag, however you want to put it out there. He has that. That's something that you can't coach. So I want the Chicago Bulls to tap into that aspect. And if you pair that with the things that can happen on the court, you can see a brilliant basketball player. He's still early on in his career. We're not going to get overly excited, but you see a lot of good things that you can work with. When we talk about the offensive bag, this young fella comes in with a decent mid-range game. Let's tap into that. Let's go ahead and put screwdriver to nut. No, Diddy. Let's put screwdriver to screw and go ahead and turn that and tighten up those bolts and those screws to make sure that this TV mount don't fall. You feel me? For my people that hang TVs, if you can't tell, we just hung one not too long ago over here. But nonetheless, the mid-range game is something that you can work with, and he got a decent selective moves that he can work with to get to his spots. One thing that surprised me about Buzelis is the handle. Now, I knew that he wasn't terrible, but I feel like he's, taking a step forward. I believe he still has ways to go to where he can tighten it up, make sure it's a lot quicker, a lot more fluid. But as of right now, you have a lot that you can work with when it comes to the handle, especially when you think about this guy's size. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a lot that you can work there. Then you talk about you keep on adding to the offensive and talking about the offensive game. You look at Montes Buzelis and say, damn, can this guy attack to the basket? Yes, he can. Now, I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. I would say this. He got to put on some weight. We all know that. We are speaking the obvious here, but it was one drive last night. He drove against the Warriors center. He tried to give him he initiated the contact, tried to get the fella off of him. The fella didn't move and blocked his shot. This was early in the game. I know y'all remember. I'm like, damn, Monty, you got to put on a little weight there. But we already know. But nonetheless, I love the aggressiveness. I love the attack to the basket every time. And he seemed like he got a little finger roll to add on to that. So I really, really love that when you talk about Montes Buzelis' game early on. Now we're talking about the IQ side of the ball, which I believe that's how you separate some of the greats from the goods. It's always come up here, the IQ. You separate the greats from the good. I know it's more to it, but I think that's one determining factor that helps separate the greats from the good. It's that IQ. I'm not saying that this guy's a great IQ player as of right now, but I have seen good signs. I believe one play he was running a pick and roll with Adama Sanogo, and it was the window was about this tight. You know what I'm saying? And he was able to, you know what I'm saying, get the defenders to come over on him. And he was able to dish that. And it was right in them on the money. And I believe Adama Sanogo was the one that got that basket. And they didn't give him the assist. What we doing, NBA? That's all I'm saying. I believe he should have had at least one assist. I know it ain't nothing too crazy, but give us our one. That's all. It's the principle, y'all. Y'all know when somebody owe y'all $5 and you be like, look, bro, it's $5. I don't really need it. It's just the principle. It wasn't a funky ass $5 when you asked for it. So why I got to be a funky ass $5 when I ask for it back? I'm just saying, nonetheless, as y'all can see, we got distracted. But nonetheless, I think the IQ is there for Montes Buzelis to really, really be able to utilize his height, his skill, and everything to help the Chicago Bulls tremendously. And I think a lot faster than what myself anticipated. I knew that this guy was going to be a solid kid. I knew that the guy was going to have to, work on some stuff, but I believe that he can have a role early on with this team. That's just me. I believe that he could provide the Chicago Bulls with the things that they need. Now, when we talk about the defensive side of Montes Buzelis, you're talking about the shot blocking. The shot blocking, that's a skill I believe that most people don't have. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't have that shot blocking skill. And I know that you can block shots, but I think that if you want to block them at a high rate, 2 per game or 1.5 per game, something around there, you have to make it a skill. So I believe this guy has the talent to develop a skill or enhance that shot blocking skill that we already know what he have. Now, when we talk about the on-ball defense, it's okay. But I think that he has some stuff that you that you can work with. And this when it comes back to the IQ discussion, because I really, really believe that he's in the vicinity. He just need to maybe step to the left a little bit, step to the right a little bit. Don't get caught ball watching so much in certain situations. I think at least he might not be an all NBA type defender, but he can be at least a respectable defender, a guy that can change some shots, a guy that can hold his own and won't be placed in certain actions in crucial moments of the game to where then he turns into a liability. And you're like, damn, Montes, we got to take you out this last 2 minutes, bro. We need this game. We don't want him to become one of those players. We don't want him to become one of those players to where you absolutely have to move him, or you be like, damn, how we gonna keep Montes' offensive skill but hide him defensively? We don't want him to become that. We want him to become a well-rounded basketball player who might not be a top 10 defender in this league, but who is a competent defender. And I think it's really, really just comes down to learning the game, getting that coaching, because again, I think that Montes Buzelis, he has a lot of things that you can work with on the defensive side, just like on the offensive side. But on the defensive side, he has a lot of things that you can work with. And I think it's just about learning that game, learning his place. And I think after some coaching, we will see better. You know what I'm saying? Something better for him. Me, honestly, I would like for him to, study some film on some of the guys that are pretty damn good on weak side defense. I know y'all gonna kill me, but look at a Bam. You know what I'm saying? Coming over with that weak side defense. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Anthony Davis of the world. I'm not saying Montes could beat some of these guys, but if you're looking at how some of these guys are able to maneuver themselves in position after not being in position to at least change a shot, this is how you are able to keep him on the floor more often than not. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not always about getting the block. Sometimes you just need to have that rim protection. That means, hey, if this guy that's coming in here and he's 6'3", 6'4", hell, maybe even 6'6", 6'7", he might think about changing that shot when I jump up there with him. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I really, really love when it comes to Montes Buzelis is he come in with that mindset, man. And this is why I'm harping on the Chicago Bulls. They got to handle their business and develop this young kid by any means necessary. And yes, I had to say it like that because I want to let you know, this ain't Patrick Williams. I love Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams could be a hell of a player, but we've been waiting 4 years for that. But he's still a solid player. But to the ceiling of where Buzelis could go, he can be better than Patrick Williams, in my personal opinion. Patrick Williams still got that shit, and he can still explode out of the bag because we know Debo is out the way now. Now Debo is out the way. P. Will, you got to show us. But this Montes Buzelis, this ain't P. Will because it's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. Buzelis knows that he's a good basketball player. Not a lot of players think they good. A lot of players think they good. A lot of players don't think they're great. I believe Montes Buzelis think he's great. And this ain't Marko Simonovic, y'all. This ain't Marco to where we like, damn, he looked like he can be decent. He looked like he could be all right. You know what I'm saying? What we going to see? What we going to see? And then he end up in the G League and then back overseas. This ain't Denzel Valentine. Had a hell of a summer league. Or at least it was decent. You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't say hella, but it was decent. That's why we take this shit with a grain of salt. And we check it for what it is. And he damn sure ain't Chandler Hutchison. I just had to mention that. I know he ain't been here forever. I know he wasn't really that good. But I was told he was going to be the next Scottie Pippen. That's what I was told. I'm just saying. But nonetheless, Monty Buzelis has it. And the reason he has it is because of this dunk right here. My goodness. Just look at it one more time for your eyes. Get up or get out the way. Now look at Monty Buzelis. Sit up. Put the hands over the knees. And look at Buddy. You got to get up. Then they held him up, and he looked at him. Walked off with the smirk. Shot-town, baby. Let's go. That's what you want out of your young player. I know it's summer league. I know I can't be doing too much over here. I know I can't be getting too hyped, but that dunk right there, and then a dunk before, slashing baseline, catching the ball and going up, that's things you want for your team, Chicago. That's what you want for your team. Because after that dunk, my boy, that's how Chicago people want to see it. You say you from the city. That's how Chicago people act. Derrick Rose ain't say nothing, but he stared at you when he got you. Ayo Dosunmu don't say much, but when he flaming that thing up on that pull-up three that he's developing, you better be guaranteed that he's looking. Javon Carter, that's a different case. I don't know. With these mismatched shoes be throwing me off. But nonetheless, most Chicago players know what to do when it's time to do it. That's the point. So Montes Buzelis is busting. Bulls need to develop right now. But before we go, we got to go ahead and show some love for one of the guys that called into the show. This is a voicemail from my guy, Corn. Here it is.
What's up? What it don't do, Kings? It's your boy Corn, man. Steve Dub, Bobby, Steve-O, Big Kid, man. The Four Horsemen. You already know what it is. Let's get right into it, man. My bad, C-Dub, for not making a live call, but I still tuned in, watched it after I got here, and left the thumbs up, all that. Love you. Sorry about missing it, but I was with the family watching the game. Enjoying it and enjoying it. When I'm in there watching the game, I'm not even really on the phone. I'm locked in. Let's get it about the game. I'm gonna say this. I don't really, and I did this on Hayes, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show love to him on this one. So I don't really want to talk about these three guys, which I'm gonna show them love real quick. Montes Buzelis, Adama Shinobu, Julian Phillips, they did their thing. Them three guys did their thing. minus Buzelis. I love the way that he is, his IQ of drawing fouls. He's already good at that, I see. Good at getting at that free throw. And that's something good, and that's something that he could build on defensively on ball. He's okay. And I love them blocks. He can catch up and all that. Dom Sanogo should need to be in the summer league. Julian Phillips, I feel the same way I feel about Dom Sanogo. Those guys should even be in that league. They should be in the rotation all fucking ready. Anyways, now that I'm done talking about them, I want to show love to my MVP out there that's probably not even going to make it, not even going to be really get spoken on. His name is DJ Stewart. DJ Stewart, to me, that defense was stifling. That defense was lockdown defense, and that's what I was there looking at. I wasn't really there to even care about offense because we got enough offense, man. Kobe, Buzelis, P. Will, if he comes back right, Zach, Vooch. We got enough fucking offense, right? We need defending. So I was really looking at that of seeing which guys that can come up and bring up and make us better defending-wise. And that kid was it. DJ Stewart, shout out to you. You probably be going back to the G League. I hope he with us. I hope he be. People be saying Henry Durrell, Dumas get the last two-way contract. No, give it to me today. If I was giving somebody the last two-way contract, it would be DJ Stewart. That defense is something special, y'all. Hey man, love you, Kings. Appreciate you as always. Blessings. See Red Nation.
All right, so we heard from Coin. He done mentioned he showed some love to them guys over there in the summer league. Now, when you talk about DJ Stewart, my guy, look, I like what the young kid appears to look like. It's just unfortunate he's playing for the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls, they have a lot of guards, and I don't really want to touch any more guards. I want to go ahead and make sure we are establishing and invested in his front court. That's the power forward and the center spot. I understand we got Patrick Williams. I understand we just got Montes. I understand Nikola Vucevic is still there. I know Adama's still down there in the G League, but it's still not good enough to me. I know we picked up Jalen Smith, which was a hell of a pickup. But nonetheless, I still want the investment to be in the front court. Now, when you talk about that young guy, Stewart, hey, he was solid, bro. Can't even knock him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he had as an impactful game yesterday as game one, but I definitely think that he got some game. I just think that his luck might not be so much in his favor based on how many damn guards are on the Chicago Bulls. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you put yourself in those positions so you can get others to see what you're doing. So just because he's playing on the Chicago Bulls Summer League team does not mean another team cannot come take a look at him. So good luck to him. Shout out to Corn for calling in. Shout out to y'all for all this crazy support. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell as well. Turn up, tune in. If you want to be a part of an episode, call in, leave your take. Let us know your thoughts on Summer League. Let us know how you're feeling about the Chicago Bulls, and be tuned in for the live later today. Me and C-Dub going to be there. We're going to be chopping it up, talking about Zach LaVine's return. Y'all already know it's going down. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and that number to call in and leave your take is 773-242-9219. Thank y'all so much, Bulls Nation. See Red, and of course, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac. Gang.